Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jes. There you go.
Let's go. Good morning.
You're fired up. We're both kind of fired up.
Good morning to the internet sensation, Sam Miller.
God.
Holy guacamole. You've taken the internet by storm.
Again.
Anybody
can go viral one time.
One egg at a time.
But to do it, I don't know, like
twice.
I've done it more than twice.
I feel like this is different.
It is different. It feels different.
Yeah.
Because it's not a comedy clip.
Well, it's not a comedy clip. And yeah, I feel like it's gone outside of the realm of comedy.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Josh sent me the link.
That's
and
so
Josh
funny.
is not a comedy person.
Yeah,
he just, he's just reading the internet and came upon it.
So people know I was in Post Falls, Idaho Saturday night and did a great show out there. Came back to Spokane, ate with Josiah Carlson, his girlfriend whose name I'm blanking on. She's wonderful. And Brittany Estap, a good newer comic named Brittany is her name. Yeah.
What's her last name? Brittany what?
Estap, I think. Estap.
Brittany
yeah. Can you turn my headphones down just a little bit? It's so fucking crazy. Yeah, that's good. And we go to Denny's, which is what me and Josiah did before. And it's funny because I was in...
Oh, Josiah, hold on.
Carlson.
Josiah is in that competition that we were just talking about.
Yeah, he's a really good Spokane comic.
That I got into. Yeah.
I've seen 3 sets from him in the past year, and they've all been good. Yeah. And he did great in Post Falls. He's getting better and better.
Sweet.
Still has some weird habits that crack me up, like newer comic stuff that just weird shit that I noticed.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm
really bad stuff sometimes.
I'm digressing. We talked about doing it. I actually came up with the idea 6 months prior when I was doing his show in Spokane. Maybe not 6 months prior. But
oh God. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's something that it probably took, 6 months to come up with.
Yeah, no. I came up with it, but then I was just like, it just wasn't right.
To put this whole plan into motion, it took 6 months.
Yeah. But I always think, it's like I'm sober, and I always thought the idea of like how like dudes send girls drinks and shit and tipping their cap. And I decided I thought it would be funny if I sent somebody an egg at Denny's, like send a stranger an egg.
So what did you do?
I sent somebody an egg at Denny's because I don't think anybody sent anybody an egg before. There it is. But yeah. Shit.
He's just really happy.
It wasn't an It's Always Sunny reference.
No.
It wasn't an egg for their trying time.
People keep saying that over.
Well, of course they did.
Again.
Of course.
And now you
gave someone an egg.
I know.
That's the only thing to think.
But there was a waitress there who was really cool, and we were gonna do it earlier, but there was like, I don't want to do it to the wrong person because they're gonna feel weird. But then there was some drunk people that showed up, very nice folks.
Perfect target.
They're sitting at the bar, and the waitress was really into it. She's like, I think that's them, and I was like,
those are the people.
Let it roll. I gave Josiah the camera, and
I was wondering if it was. I was thinking it was your mom filming, which really it just cracked me up even more.
That would have been
the fact that was just like Mary was just sitting there like.
My mom is not that good at filming things, so.
That's why That's why it made it so much more funny.
But yeah, so he asked me, the video is basically him going, Sam, what did you do? And I was like, I bought an egg for somebody at Denny's because I don't think anybody's ever done that.
Wow.
Just one
egg.
I
mean, wow. Just some out of the pocket thinking.
Yeah.
And
it's been
so silly. It's so silly.
It's so stupid. But I had this idea. I was like, I wonder. It seems like something that people would enjoy.
And they did.
Yeah, and so the egg goes over there. You see them. They hand the egg to the people. There's 3 people sitting there, 2 ladies and this fella. And you can see him like trying to figure it out. Like it takes a minute.
Yeah.
But then the dude all of a sudden gets it. And he's like, he laughs really hard. And he turns around and he's like, fuck yeah, dude.
And because,
There's literally a cat on the, oh my God, that was so terrifying. Is everything good? Yeah. Maybe
I don't think that buttonhole does anything.
Good. Oh yeah, come up here, dude. Don't walk on the fucking board. Jesus, man, you could have messed us up.
Yeah,
Look at
okay,
that.
we're
Oh
good.
man,
Oh,
that's
kitty
full
cat butt.
butthole
Kitty cat
right
butt.
there. Let's
Kitty cat
go.
butt. Kitty cat butt.
But yeah, and then I put it on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and I had a feeling that I thought it was really funny and really cute, and people would like it. But man, like it,
People really like it
up on TikTok. I think it might have peaked now. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But like TikTok's funny because it goes in like these waves, and yeah, it started taking off. It's funny. I went and did that show last night in Tukwila for Clean and Sober Motorcycle Club AOG. They're rad.
Which you said was fantastic.
Yeah, it was super fun. Yeah. And when I left with Lynette, it was at like 110,000. And then by the end of my set, it was up around 240 or 250. And I think it's at like 500.
I was gonna say when I looked at it last night, when you called me last night, it was like 350, something like that.
Yeah, it's 514,000 now with 901 comments.
That it was 600 when I looked.
Yeah, yeah.
And I started to read. I'm like, oh God, I can only imagine what your phone like. Do you just?
I don't have notifications
turn them off?
on. Yeah, I don't have notifications on for anything.
Yeah, you'd have to your phone would just be smoking.
Yeah, I get notifications for like messages and stuff like that. And then the other thing that's really funny too is like, so somebody put it on Reddit. Yeah. And people sent that to me.
Yeah, that's.
And then the other thing is
it.
like friends of mine, like Josh and stuff like that. I love that Josh sent it to you. My friend Kelsey Smith, my favorite librarian of all time, and
can you scoot around?
Their kid sent it to Kelsey. You know,
yeah,
and that rules because like anytime I get to invade friends of mine's life with this
like,
shit,
God damn it! Look at what he's doing. Look at what Sam is. Look at what Sam did. And a lot of people wanted to know, how the egg was cooked.
Over medium. That's the way I like them.
Over medium.
Yeah. Over easy. I don't like super runny yet.
Oh my gosh, I call it dippy.
Dippy, yeah. And the other thing, so we were talking about this. We talked about this a little bit before the podcast, but like I wanted to talk. A thing that is happening right now is that for a while, like TikTok was great for stand-up comedy, and I was having success with some of my clips. TikTok loves crowd work. They want like any kind of dispute and stuff like that. But I don't do a lot of crowd work. But both me and other headliners I know, our TikTok numbers have been like plummeting. And I thought, hey, here's a good opportunity. This will be funny. Right. And sure enough, like it works. So it was kind of cool because this was a strategic move on my part. I'm not just like, I mean, I'm a fucking idiot.
Right. But around, but you're doing stuff on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, I know what the score is and it's cool. And it's been fun.
Well, I think that's really important too. Like, cause my YouTube shorts, for some reason, I cannot. They're 0. I'm like, how? I know that there are millions of people on YouTube. Yeah. How am I getting 0? But anyway.
You probably have something flagged on
I know, I know, but I don't know what it is. I just have to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing earlier.
There was a minute where my comedy page, like I didn't have any violations, but there was flagged content and my page wasn't recommendable. And it was me at the river with my shirt off. I think had been like flagged. Yeah. I think it made you vomit.
Well, and then I was the one. Yeah, I was the one. I was going to say I was the one who reported. I can't, and then I just I keep. That's it. That's what I do. I make my coffee in the morning and I report. I know I'm the one who made the video.
With my shirt off.
I'm the one who was recording.
You can't record it and report it, and don't fake vomit. We're done with that.
Did you see the video that I posted?
No.
I literally posted a video about you calling me out about fake vomiting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Don't tell me like. Yeah, I know.
And here's the other thing too is so currently you know, I haven't been posting clips from the Tarp Report because I've been totally focused on show promotion and like juicing that algorithm. But I will. But this is what's happening is that my ad account is disabled right now again. I'm still dealing with Facebook shit. And without being able to advertise for shows on Facebook. And it's funny too, because like, I wouldn't say this on Facebook because I'm worried it'll mess up the algorithm. But like, I'm just going to start advertising shows on Google. Like I can go to Google
just
Ads.
do it on Google. Yeah.
It's so funny. If anybody from Facebook, like I know I got friends that work there, like just know that like,
we're going to Google, bitch.
it doesn't matter. Like I don't Google. Like you don't own me.
Yeah. If y'all can't figure it out, we're going to Google.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We're going to call them too.
Yeah. Also, I have an email list that's growing and growing, and I'm going to start utilizing that more.
You know what? And most of them end in Gmail. So
yeah. Get that. Yeah.
Double win.
Yeah. Throwing pens.
What does anybody have a Facebook email? I don't think so. No,
it doesn't matter.
Not anymore.
They don't care though. That's the funniest thing is because
Facebook.
As far as like
fucking Zuckerberg,
you'll appreciate this, and I talked to Lynette about this. Is that stand-up comedy to me is this incredibly like human thing, where essentially like we're just making connections. Like that's what it is. Like that's why I think my comedy resonates with people is they know that like I am just genuine. Like them, except I've figured out the rhythm of it, you know, of these jokes.
Well, the thing with you and Lynette, and it's something that I need to figure out how to be better is you guys are really good at looping in like your real stories, which I am too, but like with a message. You know, like I don't really have a message. Like I tell my story in like a little bit, but it's always with a joke. But you guys have like these moments where you're like connecting and like it's very sad and somber.
Dude,
and
her
then
stuff, man, her stuff about her son right now is so
and her
good.
and the marriage stuff and the dating stuff. And so the way that you guys are able to weave that in and make those connections with people because that's what. And then people come up after and they're like, "Oh my gosh, was that part true? Were you serious about that?" And then they're like, you know, and that's
you can do that with transitions and stuff like that too. Like there's lots of ways you can keep your material. Well, it's also a thing. Like me and Lynette have had a lot more stage time than you have, and you'll get there. The thing, like we're talking about, like that incredibly like this human experience of like stand-up comedy, and then without like social media is this like huge component of what we do. Yeah. And so we have this incredibly human experience of like doing these shows and interacting with people. And then this completely inhuman. Yeah. Like algorithm. Yeah. Like ones and zeros and AI and like it's so funny, you know?
Well, and just and the editing and then I'm like the hashtags and like the making sure that the everything is you know, the captions and that you haven't done something that makes you restricted. And there are a gazillion different games that you didn't realize that you had to learn how to play when you start doing comedy.
Yeah, and it's all for a company that doesn't like.
You mean Facebook?
Facebook and Meta, where it doesn't matter. You know, I got this message one time from somebody that said that they were thinking about deactivating their Facebook account, but that they still wanted to see my stuff. That it made them, but my post made them feel better, and that like that's one of the only reasons they kept their Facebook account. No. And honestly, no, like it bummed me out
because they're a slave to their social media for you?
No, because like I don't want to be the reason somebody even messes with social media. If you can do it without, like if you just put like if you like my stuff on social media, like and you want to come to shows, like I ought to just like I should probably just start blogging on my website.
I was gonna say, how can you like well, for real, because you already sort of blog already on Facebook.
Yeah, I know. You love that stuff. Dude, that shit cracks me up.
So funny.
I pick these long posts, and Jess is just like, condolences or congratulations.
Whichever one. That fucking, I use that meme. Okay, well, I started.
At least you're honest.
I started to, and I'm like, what are we talking about today? And holy shit! And there is not a goddamn paragraph break to be found.
Yeah, there is. What are you talking
there
about?
is
I'm
not.
a
All
good
you have
writer.
to say. You're a great writer. All
Yeah.
I'm saying is like when there's not like, can you
I'm
just say
pulling it up
enter?
right
Can
now.
you just say next paragraph?
You're full
Next
of shit.
paragraph. Enter. Next paragraph.
Look.
Look right there.
Look at all these paragraph breaks, you freaking goober.
No, look at that. Is on a paragraph.
That's a paragraph break. It
Enter,
doesn't
you gotta
have.
say
No, that's a
enter.
paragraph break.
No,
They don't.
There's got to be.
There's not an
actual
indent.
break.
No, you don't do an indent.
Actual break in.
That is
the
a break.
I'm telling you what my eyes see.
Who knows more about writing? Me or you? Who's been to? Where did you go? Where did you learn English?
Fucking Christ!
Yeah,
What
I'm
were
big
you about
timing
to
you
say?
right now.
What the fuck?
I'm saying you're a piece of shit.
Are you fucking
I'm big
serious
timing you right now. You
Where
like
did
it?
I go? Were you
Yeah.
going to say college?
Yeah, where'd you go to college?
I didn't fucking go to college.
Yeah.
Well, I went to a college in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a college in Maryland. I went to a college in Washington.
How long were you in boot camp before you quit? Did you have like a writing class?
7 weeks.
7 weeks.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. How do you like that?
Well, I'm not gonna. I mean, we
Fuck
won't
you,
get
Jess.
into your credentials. Yeah. It was,
God, that felt good, man. And I by the way,
Did I?
college is bullshit, and I
I
shouldn't
was
have
gonna
went.
say, what did you get your degree in?
I went to Evergreen, so it's
Yeah.
just whatever, you know.
Yeah. And then what? Hold on. What did you get your degree in?
I have a human services degree
Like, what is that?
in AA. It's for like being a counselor or whatever
Oh,
and
you
working
should
with unhoused
utilize
youth.
that.
I do. I learned how to write better. Write well. Yeah, and then I went to Evergreen and I learned I love writing. I'm
do
just
too.
being a shithead to you.
I know.
but
Well,
you're a
because
good
I love
writer.
writers. I love writing too. So
Yeah.
that's you're definitely like.
Yeah.
But
And
I
you're a
am
good
also
writer.
I am not a but I'm not a good speller. I don't know how to but I know how to write.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to I couldn't sit down and like write a book.
For the record, college, if I would have known that I was going to be a full-time comedian, it was a silly thing to invest in. I mean, I could have easily just practiced writing and sent it to my brother and gotten plenty of feedback.
I love college though.
It was cool. It's fun.
Not like I mean I like a challenge. Like I like and then being rewarded with like they're like this is what you are. You are a C.
Yeah.
You are a B. But I also I like learning. So
Yeah. It's rad.
like I did it's you're so full of shit. You're like college is bullshit. It's rad.
No.
Because you weren't listening because you were on your phone.
No, I was listening. You
I went to college for myself and for Joshua.
the process. I'm going to take back what I said. College is not bullshit. It taught me, I learned a lot about, honestly, I learned a lot about computer stuff and social media shit.
Yeah.
And like, I also learned a lot. It taught me a lot of discipline.
Mm.
You know, not enough to actually get anything done. But
Well, you
like,
got an AA.
Yeah. I got my AA.
More than me.
And also,
Which
you
you
know, Grace
pointed
Harbor
out.
College, I had a professor there, my professor, Chandra Miller Starks, name drop,
He's
was
so
tough.
Yeah, I
She
love that.
was tough on me and really taught me the importance of like, I'm entering the human services world. I'm going to be working at shelters. I'm going to be working with people that are incredibly vulnerable and not just people that are incredibly vulnerable. It's like vulnerability squared because they're in a crisis. So
Right.
it's like vulnerability squared,
Right.
you know?
Plus, yeah.
And the amount of like, and she taught us so much about ethics and like, because if you're working in this industry, and if you're a counselor, if you're a therapist, if you're a psychologist, if you're a social worker, you have an ability to help if you work hard. But man, can you do damage quick if you're sick yourself, if you're not working on
I was just about
yourself
to
or
say that.
practicing self-care.
Yep.
Like, oh
My
God.
one of my best friends, well, one of my only, there were two of us, or three of us, but worked in a lot of, worked with youth who were going through a lot of shit and
Yeah.
a lot of houseless situations. And her, like, and she herself was sick, and most recently she just purposely, ran her car into a lake.
Oh shit.
So, it's very, if you are not mentally well yourself, I think that, being in that situation is it's hard. Like all of those things that those people were going through, she just took on herself and just was never able to.
There was a thing. So, what you're talking about, that like, where you take on that trauma, and it's impossible not to take on some of it,
of course.
But when I was training people, because during COVID, I was in like a supervisor role, which was really hard because I just kind of like do it myself. It was hard trying to like delegate. But essentially, like if you're taking on that trauma that these folks are going through, you also need to take on that resiliency,
right?
And know that, when I was unhoused, I faced a huge amounts of barriers, huge issues, whether it's dealing with law enforcement, legal, transportation, all this stuff that really hurt me. Yeah. But that also, like, I was uniquely equipped to deal with that because I had, it didn't happen all at once. It's like I'm taking my lumps, I'm learning lessons. I'm like, okay, like, this cop is like this, or this cop is like that, or like stay away from this place after when it gets dark. Like, watch out for this dude. This bus stops running at this time. Stuff like that. It's and you can take that on if you're a counselor. You can take that on.
Yeah. I feel I have a hard time because like I definitely prescribe to the idea that like if I can do it, you should be able to do it. Yeah. And that's tough.
Well, you're that's projected.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Hard. It's totally like, but I'm like, no, if I was able, like, come on.
I don't have that problem because like almost all the beautiful things in my life that I've achieved are because like other people have helped me, basically, like between Brittany, my mom, my recovery community. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I had to make decisions and it's hard to ask for help, but like.
Well, yeah, I guess that is the difference.
Yeah. I've
not had that help.
I have been drug into a healthy life more than I have walked there myself. You're getting better though. You're getting help. You're doing your thing.
Oh no, I mean, I have like, no, I've always done it myself.
Yeah,
like, I've always done it on my own. And with Joshua, like that's my partner. Mm-hmm. But it's always been me. And so I have nobody, like you're sitting there talking about, people who've taught you lessons. And I'm like, nobody taught me any, so everything that I've learned on my own, and so I have a really hard time with anybody who's like, no, I can't. I'm like, no, motherfucker, you can, because I did it.
Do you see yourself switching that up and like opening yourself up more to help?
Well, I accept help. It's just like from my, like what I'm talking about my journey this far, like
through like mental health stuff and things like that, like just,
but I'm saying like through life, like where I've gotten today, like I haven't had that like support system, I haven't had that help, so everything that I've done is because of me.
And a lot of that too, I'll say this, is that my support structures are different because like we've talked about this before, that I essentially grew up in like a middle class like kind of situation, and I had access. Like when my dad died my dad died when I was 12, and it was messed up and it screwed me up and it still screws me up. But my mom saw fit to have me see like a grief counselor. Like there was a counselor, and even though I blew it off and I was a jerk to him and I hated it because I just wanted to be at home. Yeah. That seed was planted that, hey, there's this thing called therapy. There's these people called therapists, and they might be able to help.
Well, and just your mom putting you in fucking therapy is an act of love, and her taking care of you and making sure that you are okay. Yeah. Which is something that so hard. I have Izzy in therapy now, thank God, but it was so fucking hard. Yeah. But she's been seeing.
Is it going well?
Yeah, and her therapist's name is Elizabeth too, and it's cute. And, she's working her job. I saw her this morning. She's working at Mintz Mercantile in town, and it's like this cute little little shop.
Are they over there right now?
Yeah.
Dude,
you're gonna stop in and like be like, hi. Oh my gosh, yeah, she's
I'll go
in there.
buy something.
But she had her uniform on, she had her apron. She looks so cute.
That
and like
rules.
I'm just so it's just like it's that's really exciting. But I don't know why I started telling that story.
No, because you're proud of it.
Yeah.
And you're able to give your kids opportunities that you didn't have.
Right.
Because even if you're still kind of like, I know that you're back and forth and like on therapy stuff. And I'm always
I fucking love therapy. I call it my meet. I love therapy. I just don't make the time for myself.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I don't make the time to set up the appointment, to find the therapist. Like that's
But I feel like what you're doing is that you're bought in and you're trying, but you're able to skip even further forward with your kids. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like you're like, okay, I'm A, B, and C, and I know that, and now I can get them A, B, C, D, E, F, G to like this place.
100%. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's why my kids are spoiled fucking rotten. They don't have any chores they've ever had to do. They don't have to do shit because mommy runs on guilt. Trying to fix that.
Wow, we got to this spot where like there was like this period at the end of this long sentence about like mental health.
Yeah.
And
then it just
parenting. And it's like, they don't do chores.
They don't have to do
because I'm guilty.
They don't do chores because like we're like, oh, Izzy, can you please go and do that? And she's like, oh, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, honey, no, I'm so sorry. You know what? You're right. You shouldn't have to do that. You're a beautiful angel. You shouldn't have to do anything. Go, sit down, lay down, put your head down. Do you want me to bring you a snack?
I like my kids got chores. They do all right. It's nothing crazy
so,
though. I should probably increase their chores.
It's so bad. Oh, I know. But Izzy has a job now and it's okay. And Abby is the most responsible person that I've ever met. Like, and she has been since she was like 6.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So it's fine. They do it naturally.
Good.
How are you going to deal with being even more famous than you were last week?
Oh.
Because last week we talked about having a hard time dealing with fame. But I also think you're in a better mood than you were last week. Oh. So it's like, is it because you've got a TikTok video going?
No, it's because I did comedy the last 2 nights and I'm still riding a dopamine wave from that.
Okay. Or
the TikTok
and
stuff
also the
does
video
make
is very exciting. And you just got
I gotta stop throwing it. You should not have things up here that I can toss.
I know. I was like holding it and you took it from me.
No.
Go to the Golden Bee Tattoo Studio in Seattle. There's this really hot girl that works there. Actually, it's her studio, so you should go there.
Jess is bisexual.
I'm just saying.
You can tell because she's like hot girls.
She's very hot.
By the way, did you see my new wedding ring?
I did see that. I was going to.
Isn't it funny? Look at that. Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, this is. I can't.
I bet you can get 2 of your fingers in there.
I can't, but almost.
Ooh, kinky podcast.
Ew. Look. I could probably hula hoop with this.
No, you can't. It is.
I posted the video the other day where you said that I posted the video last night where you said that you were spilling all of my secrets, and one of them was that my grandfather was a stick.
That would make you a quarter stick.
Yeah.
I think we're back to it now. I think I'm in the clear. Mm-hmm. So your point in fame and comedy, it's still, to me, I wrote about it last night. It's 2 sides to the coin. I get to go on stage and make large amounts of people laugh. And then there's all the other parts. I thought you were going
to say money, and I'm like, what? Large amounts of people laugh and small amounts of money.
Yeah, and then there's all this other stuff, and it goes everywhere from like enjoyable, to like I can't stand it.
I hate it.
But there is like a big gulf between like how excited I am to get to perform for bigger crowds. There's parts of travel I like. I'm really excited. I'm going to DC and I'm going to do Virginia.
When are you doing that?
In like about a month. Yeah. I'm going to be gone 23 out of the next 31 days.
Oh no, they don't.
You know what? Honestly,
I just really want to go home and perform a little bit. I would love to.
There is.
I was gonna.
No, stop. We'll talk about it later, but there is a possibility. It'd be like a 5-day run. We drive across Tennessee to the Looney Bin in Tulsa.
You don't even know. You don't even know how to drive on the East Coast. I'd have to show you.
Shut up.
I'd have to show you.
I'm such a better driver than you.
Why? Because you went to college.
Yeah. And I drive all the time.
Yeah,
and you can't see. You got all this shit that's wrong.
Yeah, I have a lot of issues. I have so many issues.
You're anxious. You fall asleep all the time.
Oh my gosh! You know what? Did you laugh at that Delilah thing that I sent you?
No, I don't. I haven't seen anything in a while.
I sent it to you on TikTok. Whatever. Anyway, it was a video of Delilah. Did you ever listen to Delilah?
Hey there, Delilah.
No, not that song.
In New York City.
No.
There is and it's pretty and it's.
We're gonna have to pay them. We're gonna have to pay them now. Thanks a lot.
No, it's a cover.
It's Delilah. No, welcome, welcome, you guys. You've had a very very busy day. And now it's time to just sit back and relax and let your hair down and let go of all of your problems.
Hey there, Delilah.
It's gonna be okay. You've done well today. It's me, Delilah. Do you never listen to Delilah? Oh my gosh, fucking Delilah. So she was like this. And she might still be doing it. She's a radio host, and she has the most like fucking soothing voice, and she played like the '90s hits. And it was just like there was a video of a kid like laying down and like Delilah playing, and it was like I was like, oh my god, this is why I fall asleep in the car all the time, because of fucking Delilah. I'm sure that you've heard her. If you heard her voice, you'd be like, oh, it would literally like you'd be like, oh my god, memories unlocked.
I should look at the things you send me on TikTok. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's just that like you're a shitty friend, and it's fine. And it's fine.
I am not. Shitty friend.
We've been doing this for a little while now. I am more than used to it. Trust me.
I'm like, no, it's not that.
I know. I know you're not a shitty friend.
That was really mean.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That.
You told me that I can't read.
I didn't say you can't read. I said I'm a better writer than you.
God damn it.
I just said I'm a better writer than you.
Yes, I've heard you stop saying it. It hurts every time. You keep saying it. Okay. Stop saying it.
Okay. We're tied.
I knew it.
You might actually.
No,
you know
I'm
what?
not.
Actually, wait. No.
Let's have a write-off.
Okay. No. Here it is.
Official GHT.
Official Tarp Report apology, and I'm gonna talk about it. I don't know which one of us is a better writer, because writing and what we write is incredibly subjective. There's probably things that you write very well.
We've never written.
And neither of us read what each other is writing.
How the hell do
How do you know what kind of writer I am? You comment. I'm like, condolences or congratulations.
And I don't know which anything.
One. I know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I literally do the opposite of you. And I'm just like, okay, new Tarp Report tomorrow. Yeah. And then hashtag feelings, and then that's it.
You know, that stuff with the social media shit, not to keep bringing this up, but like those longer posts, it also like juices the algorithm, because it gets engagement, like sustained engagement.
Well, and it's important to you're very good about opening up and talking to people and connecting with people. That's just what it goes back to. And like putting genuine. Yourself out there. And I am that way too. Like I used to be. Like I used to blog. Like I used to blog for the newspaper. I used to write for the newspaper. Thank you.
What was it like? What kind of newspaper was it?
It was the Frederick News Post.
The Frederick News Post?
Yeah, in Frederick. It was
that?
In Frederick, Maryland.
Oh, okay.
In Frederick County. In Frederick, Maryland. It was cool. Okay. I had a little picture that looked just like me. It was called You
got a picture of you that looked just like you?
It was a little cartoon, and it was called I'm Just Saying. And actually it was where I started blogging about when I became a single mom and started dating.
Ooh.
And one of the first posts was about Joshua, and I used to call him Snoshua.
Why
all the time.
Nashua?
Because I didn't want to tell him his real name because he was in the
yeah,
Marine Corps at the time.
Wait, he was in the Marines?
Mm-hmm.
And now he's in the Army?
Yeah. Yeah, I told you we should have interviewed him today. Yeah. He went, he was.
What a traitor.
Traitor. He left the Marine.
I guess it's the same country.
Yeah,
See, if he was like in the Marines in North Korea, and then he joined the Army
then
here,
I think that would be
red flag.
Yeah, something.
Red flag.
Something
with
is amiss.
star on it.
Yeah, something's not good.
For the record, Jess's partner is not
my husband.
a North Korean spy. Your husband. That's confusing.
15 years.
He's like a marriage spy.
15 years? 15 years.
Yeah.
I think. 15?
I don't know.
He just gave me the finger.
Did he? You can see him?
All right. He's in his room. I'm just kidding.
Josh, I'm sorry I said you were a spy. I know you're not a spy. He came.
Yeah. He's got his headphones in. He's doing spy stuff. I couldn't hear you right now. Yeah, no. But whatever.
Transition.
Josh is not a spy.
Transition. What do you got going on this weekend?
I am hosting the final of the funniest
awesome.
mammal on Friday and Saturday.
Seems like those are picking up steam.
Oh my gosh, they've done so stinking well.
I know, that's awesome. I did the first one. I judged the first one.
They've sold
little light, but it was still solid.
You know what? Like, I think overall they've sold almost 150 some tickets for all of them. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, and I just think for Cozy, like, you know, it's a different venue than they're used to a little bit, and so so we've just been. Because we've been trying different stuff. Like we've done Mafia with them, and you know, we've done other. I can't remember the other thing we did, but other different events. And so I'm just really glad that this one is doing well, and
it's good.
They're, you know, and everyone has been enjoying it. Everyone's having fun.
Good
with it, and then also Ian Carmel.
Yeah, that's
going to be there on Friday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so he's doing we'll do the
funny.
funniest mammal, and then that one I believe is
I worked
almost
with Ian.
sold out.
I worked with Ian like early on. I think I did a guest spot on a show he was on in Portland.
Yeah,
and I think it was right before his late night spot. He's very funny, very good.
Yeah,
comic.
well, and he's done amazing with like promoting it. He's done so many like funny videos, and like him and Sean Jordan were talking about it on the podcast. Him, Sean Jordan, and David Gabori were all three.
Oh, that's
like
right.
Talking about the podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
Or talking about the bar and saying like how awesome it was, and how much better than the other clubs it is.
Dude, comics are so funny because what we want is like, if the money is fair, then after that you start, everything else comes into play.
Yeah.
You know, like as long as a place, it's like, okay, they did a decent door split and they're paying me fair.
Yeah.
And then it's like location, and it's like, oh man, it's on Broadway across from like Dick's and like all this other stuff. It's like right there. You can have a blast. The crowd is fun. You know, you got that mix of like random Capitol Hill, like really interesting people, like super diverse. You just have, and then also they get to deal with you and Dane that are obsessed to a fault with pleasing people.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, yeah,
really
but it works
bad.
out well.
Do whatever the fuck you want,
dude.
Oh my god, do you need something?
God.
Yes, we'll do whatever you want.
I love Dane so much, but he was so worried about like there was something happening or whatever, and like it's so funny to know that how much you guys care, and I just hope that you know that like everybody knows you guys care a lot, both you and Dane. And we appreciated Dane.
Dane works his ass off.
He does.
We are happy to announce that we have Chandler coming on as our assistant manager to help sort of alleviate.
Chandler, is he the guy with the bird in his beard?
Yeah.
The family of birds.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Love that guy. Love it. I don't know.
He's gonna be so sad when they migrate though.
Well, the mom will stay, and then it'll restart.
It's
a whole it's a whole thing. Yeah.
Good for you, Chandler. You deserve it.
He does, and I'm like super excited, and He said as soon as it affects his comedy career, he's going to quit. And so I get it. But he'll be there to help and, give Dane a little bit of like,
it's probably, honestly, Chandler, I want you to hear me when I say this in other comics. It's probably like the best thing that could happen for your comedy career.
Yeah, are you kidding?
Especially, I know there's a lot of comedians that listen to this. And if you're a comedian that you listen to this and you want to help your comedy career, like find a venue that you enjoy and you feel like you can have a good relationship with, produce a weekly show, maybe not have it be an open mic, and then like run a show and host it every week or every month. And that'll be fast forward.
And be pleasant.
And like build a regular crowd and talk to people that know what they're doing and book good comedy shows. Shit, book me.
Yeah, and me.
Book me on an off night, not Jess. Book me on an off night. No, book Jess. She's a great writer and a great comedian.
I'm a fucking comedian.
Yeah, comedian. Yeah, got it. I believe you. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know why I did that aside.
I also picked up speaking of not being a comedian, I'm doing another weekend at Tacoma Comedy Club.
Yeah, I know. You're killing it.
I'm fucking killing it. For Nick Simmons, who is a bodybuilder, it looks like, or some sort of like muscle guy.
Man made out of rocks.
He's gorgeous.
Boulder
and
boy.
So I'm like, I got to squat.
Yeah.
At least I got to do at least 3.
That's why you want to come to Planet Fitness with me.
I was like, I got to go to the gym. I got to go to the gym immediately.
Yeah, I'm doing cardio after this.
I love it. I love going to the gym so much that I'm a regular there.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hi, Jessica."
Yeah.
Like,
here's the code to get in the tanning room.
They're like, "How long we doing today?"
How long do you tan for?
Like 12 minutes.
Oh, really?
9 or 12, depending on if it's the bed, it's
cardio
12.
Will take longer than that.
Yeah. Mine's just a little.
I'm not even that worried about it. It's going to be easy. I'm
What?
already thinking about the songs I'm going to listen to while I'm working out.
Oh.
I'm just getting ready because I know when we're done with this podcast, I'm going to go work out.
To the gym.
Should we do
Go to the gym.
jokes? I wrote jokes again.
I'm so proud of you. This is like, what, 3-4 weeks in a row? Like for real.
Before we do the jokes, I want to talk about this and like my engagement with this podcast. Like me and Jess have a strange relationship. We do comedy together. I try to look at like the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I try to pay you with like time and promotion of the podcast, but also know that like I'm always thinking about other ways that I can help you out because I do appreciate how much work you do on the podcast. Mm-hmm. And just know that like whenever, because I don't want to have any more organization in my life. I don't want to have like a contract with you. It's like, okay, Jess is doing this and I'm going to do this. But know that like I am thinking right now. In fact, like I think there's a decent chance that if you want to come to Virginia with me, we might be able to make that happen.
Yeah. No, I know that you always, if there's something for me that I know that. And I hope that you know the vice versa, you know.
Yeah.
Whenever there's an opportunity.
That's how it works. And then also like I want to do another thing where I will if I continue to grow, obviously at Comedy Bar being like the venue I'm doing in Seattle basically to just kind of work exclusively with you guys.
Fuck yeah.
So unless anybody
You
wants
heard it
to
here
pay me, like,
first. You heard it here first, people. Okay,
these jokes,
locked it in.
These jokes are a little dirtier than usual.
Oh my.
Yeah, I hope you're ready.
I'm not.
So,
okay.
Yeah. Don't hold my phone like that. There's not like body fluids on my phone.
Okay. I don't trust these autonomous.
Autonomous.
That's the joke in itself. Okay. Let's start over. Cut that.
We're tied when it
Zach,
comes to writing.
I can't. No, we didn't say anything about reading. I don't trust these autonomous vehicles. I'm worried they won't take me where I want to go, mainly off a cliff or into a tree at very high speeds. That they won't do that?
They won't do that. Yeah. It's like a suicide
They're going to like
joke.
stop you.
Yeah.
Would they?
Probably, yeah. If you were like, okay, Google,
would it like
navigate off a cliff.
I had that intrusive thought the other day.
Yeah.
Driving through Stillicum, and I think that there was a train coming, and I was like, what if I just
I know. It's hard.
into the sound. Into the sound I go, because I was like, would I make it over the train? No, God.
By the way,
Jesus
for the
Christ.
record, like I'm doing okay. I've just been like, sometimes I write really dark jokes, and that's one of them. So there we go.
Yeah, and I'm fine too.
Yeah, just
because I did just say that I was thinking about driving my car into a train, but Sam is fine.
Yeah,
Sam is fine.
Right. I kind of smell weird.
I know. What is this? What? I don't think you can say this anymore.
What?
Can you say that? Okay.
No, it's not bad.
People think it looks gay.
It's not gay like that. I don't mean like gay
I'm
as in
just
like.
kidding. I'm
You're
just
such an
kidding.
idiot.
People think.
Go, just read the damn joke. You're out of control today. I hope people are enjoying this episode.
They do. They don't like it when we get along. They like it when there's a tension.
Sometimes sitting next to Jess is like
annoying.
Yeah. It's like I'm standing too close to a roller coaster and I'm going to get clipped or vomited on.
Okay, quit. People think it looks gay when dudes eat hot dogs. As for me, I think everyone who's blowing dudes might just want a hot dog.
You think about it, like if we put mustard on your pecker, you're like, wait a minute.
I'd take a bite of that.
I don't know if this is sex. Anyway.
That one's dirty.
It is kind of dirty.
Skankalicious.
It's a solid premise, though.
That is funny.
Yeah, thank you.
It's kind of gross.
You can just laugh instead of saying it's funny.
I don't.
But
if it were genuinely funny, I would have laughed.
Amen.
Let's see.
That's actually the name of my next album. If it were genuinely funny, I would have laughed. If it was genuinely funny, I would have laughed. I'll let you know.
And that's one of the things that I remember. Speaking of driving into the lake, my friend Katie said she was like, I forget what we were talking about, but she was like, I was waiting for it to get funny. And then it just ended.
Was she at like a mic or something?
No, this was just like in life. And she was like, I was waiting for it to get funny, and then it just ended. And I'm like, that is so real. Like, I feel that.
Too real.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. What era?
Yeah, this one is gonna be hard.
Or can you do that? Do you do this one? I don't know.
You can't do this one. Oh, I think this is a good joke. It's a pun.
I couldn't read because I'm going to fuck it up. Okay, it's not going to be funny.
I don't like doing my own jokes. When you make love to a new person and you're trying to figure out what they like and don't like, maybe you lick their ear, but it turns out they hate that. That's called an erogenous zone.
Erogenous. Okay.
That's pretty good.
Erogenous.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see. That's an erogenous zone. That's There's a laugh.
Yeah. Look at that.
All right. This is one that is special just for you.
Okay. I used to work at a homeless shelter and I had to clean up bodily fluids all the time. Most of the fluids doesn't bother me at all, especially poop and pee. It's not a big deal to me. The only fluid that really bugs me is vomit. Whenever someone puked, I would think, man, I wish you would have waited 12 hours. This could have been a poop.
I really thought that sometimes. Like, I see that. Like, I don't like poop.
Yeah.
But I'm just totally neutral to it. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. I don't know.
Poop?
It's weird. Yeah, poop. Like, I had like oh man, I'm not going to talk about that stuff right now.
Don't get into your poop story.
Yeah. I love working with like unhoused youth, and I loved working at the shelter. And most of the time I didn't like, some of the bosses and all that stuff, but that's whatever. That's like any job. But yeah, what's fun is like I was in a leadership position, and anytime there was like bodily fluid stuff, I would be like, I got this. Oh. No, I wouldn't. I would do it, And it was funny because people would be like watching these there was like a lot of folks that worked there, and they were like do-gooder college kids, and they did great. They really did. I'm not talking shit. I appreciate them trying to do the job. But watching, they would come up to be like, hey, so-and-so, there's like on the floor. And I'd be like, oh, don't worry, man, I got it. And they'd be like, thank you. They thought I was going to make him clean up shit. Oh, and it was funny because then when, not like to have like leverage or nothing, but I was always really into this idea, like a workplace. It's like there's the bosses and whatever. Like, honestly, man, like fuck the bosses, right? Like that's where I'm at. But lateral accountability is like so dope when you and the people you work with like believe in what you're doing and work to hold each other accountable in like really supportive ways. Like it rules, So like examining like strengths and weaknesses and like how to work. And I wish the comedy scene was more like that and people were more honest about where they're at instead of just like hustle culture.
Being like, no, you could totally do 45.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh my God.
You're
the messages,
a star, baby.
The messages I told you about how people like they try to talk like other comics and they think that I can help them, which is ridiculous because I really can't really help. You know, you got to put yourself in those positions.
Yeah.
And them doing that thing where they're like pretending to have a conversation with me, but really they just want to brag about like something they did.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, dude, have you ever headlined such and such? And I'm like, no.
God, I hate it.
I didn't know they had a show there. He's like, well, I'm headlining there. Do you have any advice? This is like, I've been trying to headline more. And I'm like, well.
Don't. Maybe you go back to doing 10.
I think you should do every joke you have perfectly and make sure maybe add a consonant to every word to make sure, because if you talk too fast, you know, you like, what if you only have 43 minutes and 17 seconds worth of material? You know, you miss.
You're hurting me. You're hurting my feelings.
Just shut up.
You're hurting my feelings.
It's hard. Lynette's going through it right now. It's fun talking to her about that stuff.
She's getting ready to headline at the bar.
She's there. She's doing it.
So excited.
We were talking about that, about a lot of comics, maybe like there should be like other categories because when people are like, oh, I want a headline.
Yeah.
But there's still like feature work that I do and that I would do if I had the opportunity, you know?
Right. Well, we all like there are different levels. And it's like that's one of the things that I'm struggling with right now with like booking and stuff like that is like where to plug in these people and like still supporting the local community, but also having, you know, these other headliners like, and it's just, it's a lot. It's hard.
Yeah,
and I do think that there should be like,
hard.
like subcategories of like,
there should be
of where everybody goes. But,
I'm leaving by the time people hear this on Monday. I will be coming back from, I'm coming in on Sunday back from Peoria. If you listen to the podcast and you're a fan of the podcast, come watch both of us do comedy live. Also, the podcast itself, if you enjoy the podcast, it really does help if you like comment on stuff and rate stuff and
leave us a comment.
That really juices the algorithm.
It helps us out. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel really good inside.
Yeah, I feel like it makes us make better podcasts. And so
it helps
it's
to
your
know.
fault, listeners.
Yeah. last week, that's on y'all. That's
what
on
happened
you guys.
last week? Did our numbers go down a lot?
No, well, it just came out today.
Oh yeah. It is. It's Monday.
Right, but it wasn't our finest work.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Like it was bizarre.
We did it.
You know, it was great. I think that everyone will enjoy it. It was just rough for us.
I've enjoyed this one.
Yeah, this has been fine. It'll do. You gonna? I think I'm gonna stay here and play with my new little little thingy. Yeah,
I'm gonna go work out.
Okay, that way you don't have to worry about me. So,
bye.
Bye guys.